We've made it to another full moon. This time it's in the sign of Taurus. And so it's time to do a quick little check-in. What does the full moon mean for all of us? And so the easiest way for me to divide it is by zodiac sign. And because we're in the sign of Scorpio, we'll start there. And I'm pulling live in real time. I'm not going to edit this. I don't know, maybe I should, but so I'm pulling a tarot card and I have a color deck that I really like. So for Scorpio, you have the 9 of Wands, and the key words on this are strength, support, boundaries. Also, this is just a call to tend to your wounds, a call to set up space for you to rest along your journey. 9s are, close to the end. 10 is the culmination of a journey or the very, very, very final steps. But 9 is sort of like mile, 22 of a marathon. You really need to stop and get water before you keep going so that you can make it the rest of the, 26.2 miles. It's really about taking stock. It's about licking your wounds. It's about caring for yourself so that you can finish the journey or keep moving on. It's a card of persevering. And also, on the flip side, it could mean that, think about where you might be reacting from a wound, from an older place, an old wound that is kind of coming up to the surface to be examined again. Are your reactions to something or to triggers coming from a wounded place or from the healed place? And it's just something for you to take note of. All right, next we have Sagittarius. So again, I like to close my eyes when I shuffle. Feel for the next card. All right, what's up with you guys? 9 of Pentacles. I feel like you guys have gotten this before recently. Comfort, accomplishment, prosperity, stability. Also self-sufficiency, also sustainability, also slowing down enough to really enjoy the life that you've created and built for yourself instead of just continuing to hustle to create the resources for your life. So this is a card of slowing down a little bit. It's a card of being present with your environment, which just, to me means like enjoying the space that you're in, not trying to escape it, not trying to get somewhere else, really feeling settled and grounded in whatever place it is that you find yourself. I'm just thinking about like looking at the plants that I have behind me and the yellow walls here, and that's all intentional. And I really like my space. And so time for me to enjoy it. I'm not a Sagittarius, but I have a Sagittarius rising. So yeah, I think it's about creating a sustainable life or figuring out ways that your life can be more sustainable so that you can enjoy your environment. Let's move on to Capricorns. All right, Capricorns, what's up with you with this full moon in Taurus? I don't know. Let's find out. Temperance, healing, moderation, balance, guidance. I love the Temperance card, which is interestingly the card that represents Sagittarius in the tarot. So I think for you, it means trying to figure out what mixture of things do you need. And I'm thinking in the terms, for some reason, in the realm of spirituality. It's not just one path for you. And it's time for you to experiment with different ways of accessing, that, as my wonderful therapist calls, that deep foundational trust that spirituality can bring to us. What is it for you? What connects you with that part of yourself that feels eternal, that feels unbreakable? Have you found it yet? Is there a place in you that you've found this deep well? Now is the time to experiment with new things and try a new mix of things to help you with your spirituality with this new moon. A grounded approach, because I'm thinking about the moon being in Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. Connecting your everyday life with your spirituality could be a message of that. So Temperance is your card, Capricorns. Now we're moving to Aquarius. Aquarius. Makes me want to sing the song from the musical Hair. Aquarius. All right, you have the 10 of Pentacles, inheritance, family, property. I also feel like this card is one about stability. This is about extended family. This is about multi-generational family. This is about deep foundations of real tangible things like money, property, like it says on the card, inheritance. But really, I'm thinking more about the stability aspect of just thinking about, there's a song that's called A Kind Reminder. And it starts off, and the first words are, how many people had to survive so you could arrive? And it always kind of sends a chill down my spine, a good chill. And it makes me feel emotional when I think about it. Like all of us, any of you watching right now, Aquariuses or not, are here because we had so many ancestors that had to come before us. You know, they may be good ancestors, they may be shitty ancestors, but they all had to survive so that we could arrive. And just reminds me of how precious life is. And now, Aquarius, it's time for you to acknowledge that, live it, embody it, and really soak in all that life has to offer. This full moon, again, a very Taurus message. You know, life is not outside of you or outside of any of us. It's here, right now, in this body, with these eyes and these ears and this mouth, exactly as it is. It's not something in the future. It's not something in the past. Life is here right now. And that's, I don't know, for some reason I'm feeling that with that card. Then we have Pisces. Pisces, your card is Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, property, beginnings, prosperity, property, beginnings. Joyful things. Now, the Ace of Pentacles really does make me think about learning something new, a new trade, or really becoming enamored with what it is that you're doing and looking at it from a new angle, feeling like it's fresh and new in beginner's mind, like there's so much left. There's so much left for me to learn about whatever this thing is, this hobby, or this practice. It could be exercise practice, or new physical movement, or a new diet, a new way of eating. Pentacles are all about anything physical. So the body, money, could be an investment. Like there's so many different things, but it's a seed being planted. And so a seed being planted is easy. It is caring and nurturing for that seed over time and persevering. It's of course easy and exciting in the beginning, and then you kind of forget about it. So whatever the seed is for you that has to do with something physical with your body or your finances or your time, anything finite, if it's a new practice, just remember to be able to kind of hold on past that initial seed. Just it takes some time to grow. So give yourself some time and patience, whatever it is that's growing, Pisces. You know what? I just realized that I said I was going to pull those color cards and I totally forgot. And so I'll pull one at the very end for all of us instead. All right, so let's see. We're going into Pisces. What comes next? Aries. Aries for my fire friends. Knight of Cups. Proposal, quest, prospect, pride. And this one is always, to me, a card. I'm just hearing the word forgiveness right now. It just came in very, 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 very strong. Love is a verb. It's an action. Forgiveness is a result, is one of the verbs, I believe, that is a love in manifestation. And usually this card, to me, it can be, you know, the spectrum ranges from committing to a relationship, a romantic relationship. It can be putting your emotions into your actions, like moving forward, being emotionally connected to your actions. It can mean, again, showing up with love for someone. But in this case, for whatever reason, Aries, I'm really feeling the word forgiveness is coming in super duper strong for you with this full moon in Taurus. And it's making me feel lots of emotions. So I know I'm on the right track. In fact, I'm going to have to stop talking now so I can move on to Tauruses because it feels just very intense. This energy of forgiveness, and it could be for yourself, it could be others, it could be so many things, it could be the past. But yeah, just want to make sure you get the message. All right, Tauruses, it's your full moon. How are you going to enjoy it? Let's find out. What's your message? Four of Wands, creativity, union, freedom. This is bringing you some feelings of like being connected to your true self, enjoyment, feeling alive, feeling creativity, being a spark, connecting to others through just the feeling of being alive, being thankful for being alive, celebrating the fact that we are alive, and just taking advantage. And like, life is not always hard. Life is not always obstacles. Life is not always a struggle. And if you're in that mode right now, it's time to shift gears into being like, where's the light in my life? Where's the light in my neighborhood? Where's the light inside of me that makes me feel connected to other people, that makes me feel connected to joy? And how can I go forth in that feeling from this full moon? Taurus, so good times ahead, but you also have to foster those good times. All right, after Taurus, we have Gemini. Geminis, ooh, y'all are hot, hot, hot. The sun, light, life energy, connecting to your power, connecting to the joy, the joyful power, feeling powerful in the mode of like, I can adjust my inner temperature. I can adjust my inner mood. I just have to be very conscious about it. I also feel like some of you are bringing some things to light. The sun can also be something that you're bringing to the surface and finally looking at it in the light of day. And when we look at things in the light, you know, when it goes from the moon to the sun, all of the power in the nighttime that it has over us is gone. It dissipates. This is you being courageous, Geminis, really, really, really getting to the truth of something and feeling strong and wise and joy in that discovery and learning how you've had power the whole time. You just know better now. I like that for Geminis. All right, and then we have Cancer. Cancer, what's up with y'all this Taurus full moon? Let's find out. 8 of Wands, Cancer. There's going to be lots of exciting things, lots of fast-moving energy. Good news, travel are the descriptors on this card. I think about her shooting her arrow, and of course, for some reason, I'm thinking of Katniss Everdeen. Love her. Just feeling lit up by life, feeling like I've got all this energy. I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I feel like I could run down the street just full of life. But I think, like, if you've been tired, if you've been sluggish, if something's been weighing you down emotionally, I think you're coming through that period and feeling like, oh, I can sprint now. Maybe you're at a slow jog or a walk, feeling heavy. I just feel like things are lightening up and it's allowing more energy to flow through you faster. But be able to pace yourself is what I like to say with this card. It can be a lot in a short amount of time, but it is definitely, they say it's a marathon, not a sprint. This is a sprint, not a marathon. So use the energy wisely and then come back, when you're out of energy, and know that like these come in spurts. So use it for good. Hopefully you're traveling. That would be awesome. All right. Then we just did Cancer. Let's do Leos. It's me. 5 of Cups. Loss, leaving, sorrow. Yep. Sorry, Leos. No, it's time to let go of some sadness. It's time to let go of some disappointments. It's time to let go of some expectations. It's time to let go, period, of anything that's weighing you down. It's time to grieve something. It's time to admit, I feel a loss over whatever it is you feel a loss over. It's time to be able to be present with your heart and your emotions. It's time for you to acknowledge things. I am guilty of really trying to fast forward through the emotional roller coaster part and get to the 4 of Wands, which I believe was, let's see, who was it? It was Pisces. Anyway, which is the fun part. And sometimes that has not served me, and it doesn't really serve anyone. So it's really a time to kind of be with yourself. And my dog is outside, please pardon her. To be with your emotions, to admit that, things aren't where you want them to be, because that will allow you to close the gap between your expectations and reality. And then you get back present, grounded in reality. And then you can think to yourself, what can I do now? Because that's where your power is. That's where all of our power is in the present moment. So it's okay to go to the past and grieve what didn't happen, or what happened and we didn't want it to happen, more likely, so that we can move on and be present. Okay, so Virgos, let's move into Virgo. We've got the Nine of Swords. Virgo, something is bothering you, something's worrying you. Anxiety, worry. This card is also called the insomnia card. It's sort of like what keeps you up at night. This is about having lots and lots of mental energy, and it doesn't have a great outlet, or you're not having a lot of places where you can do something about these thoughts, which is what keeps us in this cycle of powerlessness and this feeling like, the downward spiral. It starts with one thought. So if you can catch yourself in that spiral and interrupt it, I know this sounds crazy, but there is a word in How Do You Solve a Problem Like Maria in The Sound of Music, and the word is flibberty-gibbert. And whenever I start thinking those thoughts, or going to the worst case scenarios, or kind of have this downward spiral effect, I try to catch it before it's, I've gone too far down that hole. And the word that I say in my mind to myself to interrupt those thoughts is flibberty-gibbert. Your word might be different, but you get the point. It's an easy way to interrupt that thought pattern, so I can kind of focus on something else and redirect. So Virgo, I would say the word for you is learning how to redirect your thoughts, or the phrase for you. All right, and now finally, our final piece of the puzzle, we've got Libras. And you have the Hanged Man, waiting, rebirth, sacrifice, and reflection. This is a time of not acting on anything, which is hard for us as humans. This is a time of being able to see something from a totally different perspective. As you see, this person is upside down. This is usually a place where we have to give up our sense of control, our sense of agency, and just surrender to something, a situation or an experience, and say, it's maybe better for me to just observe what's going on, observe my feelings, observe my thoughts, kind of step out of it and watch from afar. You don't need to be involved in whatever's coming or whatever is here. The best thing for you to do is just hang out and wait for a little while. I think you're going to have a clearer picture of what comes next or what you can do, but a lot of times time is the magic ingredient, and you need to sit and wait and be with your thoughts and be with your feelings about the situation. And you don't necessarily need to take any action on it, because I think it will become more clear. You don't have all of the information yet. All right, finally, sorry, Bonnie, I promise I'll be there. I don't want to have to edit this video. For everyone, what is just an overall message for all of us for this full moon? Emerald, calm your mind, body, and soul. Take care of your nervous system. Breathe when you need to, just like this. Close your eyes with me right now. Take that deep breath. That's a fast reset. That's all it takes. Put your feet on the ground. Feel your bum on the seat. Put your back on the wall. Put your head on a pillow. Drink a lot of water. I think it's time for us to get more grounded. Again, finding ways to self-soothe. Weighted blanket, sunlight, driving with a really good playlist. All of us could use this. Our nervous systems have been fried from all the election, I just know a lot of people are going through a lot of hard stuff in general right now. We're closing out the year. So there's a lot of, we're about to go into the holidays to be with family. There's just a lot. There's a lot. So learning those coping mechanisms, learning how to deal with stress, and knowing that a calm nervous system is a healthy nervous system. It allows us to move forward in more peace and more compassion. As always, please know that you are loved, you are supported, and you are worthy. And you can always go to amberambrose.com to book a private reading or see what events are coming up.